I'm in Iceland, and for the next 7 days I'll be exploring the land of ice and fire, from sweeping canyons and enormous glaciers to black sand beaches and huge mountains. Let's see what Iceland has to offer. So just landed and picked up the car, and it is cold here. It says it feels like -10, which is why I am wrapped up like an Eskimo here. But yeah, picked up the car. It's an absolute beauty. Now going to hit the road. First stop, Thingvellir. Let's go. So I've arrived here in Thingvellir, one of only a handful of national parks here in Iceland, and one of the only places in the world where you can see between two tectonic plates. This is an amazing spot where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plate meet. You can even swim between them. I'm not going to do it. As you can see, I'm kitted out. It feels like -10 here today, so it's pretty nippy. So I'm just going to get going and have a look around. Whew. I'm coming up on something absolutely spectacular here. This is the largest lake in all of Iceland. It's part of Thingvellir National Park, and I can't even begin to attempt to pronounce it, so I'm just going to put it on the screen here. But wow, it's like something out of another world. I know I'm a bit of a nerd for Lord of the Rings, but this is giving me such Middle-earth vibes. Absolutely stunning place here. Wow, and what a day I've got for it. Absolutely beautiful. So I've just arrived at a pretty cool place. This is the Logberg, the site of Iceland's first ever parliament in the year 930, over 1,000 years ago. They chose this spot between two tectonic plates to make all the important decisions that happen here in Iceland. Amazing stuff. They've had a parliament here for over 1,000 years, making it one of the oldest in the world. Think of that, and my local council can barely arrange a bin day. God. I've just stumbled across a very cool place. This is Drekkingalia. This innocent looking beautiful spot is where they used to execute people. They used to drown women and behead men for crimes such as incest. What a spot! I mean, brutal, but not a bad spot to go. So I'm just coming up on my first waterfall in Iceland right now. Wow. This is Oxafossa. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. What an absolutely stunning waterfall. Now this was used in Game of Thrones as a set piece, and you can see why. This is absolutely stunning. I've seen waterfalls all around the world, but this just has that magic to it. Wow, and in this weather as well. It doesn't get better than this. I've never been anywhere quite like this. It's absolutely stunning. This is my first real trip to somewhere cold, and I'm just blown away. The Viking in me, the sort of Nordic roots, it's just amazing here. Just views in every direction. This is day one, this is the first thing I've done. I'm so excited for the rest of this. Coming up on an absolutely fantastic piece of architecture here. This is Thingvellir Church. Now there's been a church in this spot for over 1,000 years, which is absolutely insane. This one here dates back to about the 1850s, but wow. And this is one of the earliest sites of Christianity in Iceland. We didn't pick a bad spot. It's not a bad place to have your Sunday service, is it? Oh, I'm going to have a little peek inside. This is... Hey, look at it! How brilliant is that? Absolutely wonderful little piece of history in here. Oh, so I'm arriving at the main event here. This is the Silfra Fissure. This is a gap between the Eurasian and North American tectonic plate, the only place in the world where you can swim between tectonic plates. Now, this is an absolutely incredible geological site. The Earth is literally pulling itself apart slowly, 2 centimetres per year at this point. Wow. So over here, I'm stood in Europe, and if I go over there, it's on the North American plate. What a place. Back to the car. That was absolutely incredible. I've been here for about 3 hours and that gave me plenty of time to see all of the stuff here. Really nice relaxed pace, so that's at least how long you want for this. But now I'm going to get back in the car, head off to the next one. This is a big one. This is the geyser. So I've arrived here at the Great Geyser. Now this is actually what all geysers around the world are named after. How cool is that? And I believe if you're a local Icelandic, it's a glacier, but it's already steam in the air, slightly eggy. Let's go and see if I can find this big boy. There's a real pong in the air. It's all the sulfur coming out of the ground. There's just pockets of the stuff everywhere. It really stinks, but it is a beautiful spot. I think the geyser's meant to go up every half an hour or so, so fingers crossed I've just made it in time. So I've arrived at Great Geyser here. It's meant to go off every 10 minutes actually, so if I just hang around here, hopefully I'll see the old fella go. Come on. Oh, that was so cool. I just love stuff like this. It shows nature at its full power. That is just such a sick thing to see. Oh, I'm gonna hang around for a few more and then I'm gonna head off to something that's even more impressive. A real show of nature's power. Oh, so I'm at the final stop of the day now. Finishing up the Golden Triangle on a strong note. Heading to Gullfoss, which is the biggest waterfall in Europe. I can't wait to see this. This is going to be something else. Let's go. So Gullfoss is the largest waterfall by volume in all of Europe and the 3rd largest in the world. This has been described as the Niagara Falls of Europe, something that I just can't wait to see. I've seen a lot of waterfalls in my time, but I've got a feeling this is going to top the lot. So Gullfoss is a fissure waterfall, water flowing through the gap left where lava bored a tube through the earth, and enough water flows over it every second to fill 4 Olympic swimming pools. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Wow. The power of this thing. This is insane. Oh my. Wow. I'm actually lost for words. Wow. I've seen anything like it. Heading down now to the lower viewpoint. It's already the best waterfall I've ever seen. This is just spectacular. Iceland. Oh, day one, mind-blowing. I can see why people compare this to Niagara Falls. This is by far the best waterfall I've ever seen. The power of this thing. The ice forming down there off the spray. This is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm a bit lost for words. I'm just going to show you instead. Oh, so that's the end of day one. And my God, is Iceland delivered. What a place. I am blown away already. If this is a sign of things to come, this is going to be one hell of a trip. But for now, I'm going to head back to my cosy log cabin, have a hot chocolate and chill out, ready for tomorrow. Oh, it's the morning of day 2. And today is going to be a day of exploring Iceland's rugged south coast. This is going to be a day of chasing waterfalls and running along black sand beaches. And I cannot wait. Let's go. First stop of the day. This is Seljandafoss. If you've ever wondered what it's like to walk behind a waterfall, this is your place. Pretty excited, and I'm going to get a raincoat on because I think I'm going to get absolutely soaked. So Seljandafoss is fed from the glacier on a volcano. The volcano is Eyjafjallajökull, which is not how you pronounce it at all. But you may remember that volcano as the one that erupted in 2010, causing those weeks of flight delays. So the fact that this is fed by that is so cool. And it's also one of the only waterfalls in Iceland that you can walk behind. So I'm going to go and get absolutely soaked here, I'm sure. Gutted. Because it's winter, they've shut the path behind it because it's all frozen up. I guess that's fair. Don't want to slip and get dragged beneath the glacier, but that is still one hell of a waterfall. Absolutely stunning. So I'm going to stand here and have a look at it instead of walking behind, but still pretty. Bit of a shame there that we couldn't get behind it, but oh, it was beautiful. But the sun's actually starting to come out now, so I've got high hopes for the next one. The next one's one of the biggest waterfalls here in Iceland. It's off to Skogafoss, and there's a legend about it too, so I'm excited to learn a bit more about that. Let's hit the road. Arrived here in Skogafoss. Gonna head out and see another waterfall. Let's go. So if you've ever seen pictures of Iceland online, you've almost definitely seen pictures of Skogafoss, an enormous single drop waterfall in the backdrop of all of these amazing mountains here. It's absolute iconic Iceland. I cannot wait to see it. So legend has it that a long time ago a Viking hid their treasure behind this waterfall so nobody could get to it. And apparently people have been trying to get there for ages. Once, a group of 3 people managed to throw a hook and get it onto the chest, but it snapped, and that hook is now in the local folk museum. And I mean, have a look at that. Not a bad place to hide your treasure, is it? Let's see if we can spot it. Now this is fed by 2 volcanic glaciers, and it's an absolute powerhouse. The roar of it's fantastic. The spray's kicking up. It's just magnificent. I've seen a lot of waterfalls in my time. I've seen more grand ones, I've seen more powerful ones, but I genuinely think this could be the most beautiful. Iceland, man. Stunning. Oh, so that's me done with waterfalls for today. Now I'm going to move on to see some more evidence of this island's volcanic nature. Some really cool and impressive structures. Going to get in the car and head off there now. Oh, wouldn't be at Iceland without coming to one of the iconic black sand beaches. Now, this is just a sign of this island's volcanic nature. This is made of basalt that's been ground down over time by the wind and erosion. And just over here is one of the most iconic basalt formations in the country. This is Rainis Fiara. Reminds me a little bit of Stafford Island off the coast of Scotland, and it's absolutely beautiful. There's sea stacks here, mountains. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have a closer look. So coming up here on these basalt stacks, and this is the result of lava cooling over a time, and they form these geometric patterns. It's absolutely amazing stuff to see. As you can see, it is quite busy down there. There's a lot of people here. Beautiful light though. There's seabirds flying in the air everywhere. Absolutely gorgeous. And if you have a look over here in the background, big sea stacks and sea mountains coming out. Beautiful stuff. So these sea stacks are really dramatic looking. Just coming out of the sea like volcanoes. Really mythic. You can see why this island has so many myths. Has such a tie to Norse mythology. But got to actually be pretty careful around these waves on this beach. They've got something called sneaker waves. So there's riptides here, and people have actually been dragged out around. You really need to watch what you're doing on Rainis Fiara Beach, because it's so tempting to get down to the sea line and get a nice picture, but you can see that the waves here are a bit sketchy, so you've got to keep your distance. I'm going to go for a nice gentle walk along, try and get away from some of these tourists and just find a bit of peace and quiet and enjoy this scenery. See, the basalt formations are great and the sea stacks are fantastic. I think the real thing to do on this beach is to just walk the other direction, because there's literally no one out this way. Just all of the tour groups have stayed back by the car park, and you can have this entire stretch of beach all to yourself if you just head in the other direction. And this is just stunning. Black sand for miles, gorgeous sun on the cliffs out here, sea lapping over there. This is beautiful. It's like a much more dramatic day in the UK. It's just a beautiful place that feels homey yet different. It really is spectacular. So yeah, I think we're just going to walk a little bit further, then head back to the car and onwards. So that's it for day 2. I'm absolutely cream crackered now. Been chasing waterfalls and running along black sand beaches all day. Gonna head down now through Vic to our cosy little cabin. Got a really nice place tonight, so gonna go back, stay in, and maybe go out and try and catch the Northern Lights tonight. Sounds good. So I'm gonna check in again tomorrow. Welcome to day 3. I've woken up in the most beautiful location. Stayed in this gorgeous little log cabin last night with views out that way towards today's glacier and out that way towards a glacier that I drove past yesterday. It's one of the most beautiful spots that I've ever stayed in. And it is a gorgeous day for glacier hunting, which is today's plan. Going all the way over that way to find the glacier that's in Game of Thrones that acted as the wall in the series, which is amazing. This is going to be the first glacier that I've ever seen up close. The first one I've ever seen ever was the one that I drove past yesterday, so this is really exciting stuff. Something I've wanted to do for absolutely years. So I'm very excited because it is a landscape that I've never experienced before. So I'm going to pack up the car and head off. Let's go. Just arrived, and this is Fjallarsalon Glacier. What I love about Iceland is that the drive here was practically an excursion in itself. It was so beautiful around every single corner. It really is. So it's a bit of a challenge to just not crash off of every corner, because every 5 minutes it's look at the views here are just unbelievable. Every corner has like the best view I've ever seen in my life. And this is the closest I've ever been to a glacier, and it's just mesmerising. I'm just going to kit up now. Go and try and get a bit closer. So I'll be honest, after yesterday, I'm a bit fed up with the crowds of tourists. Those waterfalls were beautiful, but man, they were so busy, tour buses everywhere. So I'm starting today at Fjallarsalon, which is the smaller nearby glacial lake next to the more popular Jökulsárlón, so I can get a bit more of a quiet, authentic feel. And this place is beautiful. It is silent, it is freezing cold, and there is just a glacier right there. And there's only about 3 other cars parked here. No tour buses, nothing. Absolutely stunning. I've had to put my hood up, it's so cold. I'm just coming up though on the glacial lake, just over this. Oh my god. Wow. I've never seen icebergs before. That's so impressive. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is beautiful. Now this is part of the Vatnajökull National Park, which is an ancient glacier. It's Europe's largest. It's over 1,000 years old, with some parts of it dating to the last ice age, over 12,000 years ago. Let me show you this, because this is just mind-blowing. The raw beauty of the nature in Iceland has actually just left me speechless at this point. I've run out of adjectives to describe quite how stunning this place is. It is unbelievably beautiful. Wow, the blues in these icebergs, the colours, it's just the most unbelievable landscape that I have ever witnessed. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. This is definitely a great call to come to this one first if you're coming to Iceland. Avoid the crowds and have this to yourself. Wow. Ooh. These icebergs, these big chunks of ice are absolutely beautiful. They're unlike any ice I've ever seen. They're so solid. They're all ridged and full of stuff. Some of these icebergs within this glacier are from the last ice age, so we're talking thousands of years old here. Some over 12,000 years old. I mean, it's just phenomenal to think. It's really hard to put into words the amount of just natural power and wonder of this place. And there really is just me, a couple other people here. It's just wonderful. going to head off now to Jökulsárlón, which is the more famous glacial lagoon, to get on one of the boat trips and get a bit closer to these. And it is quite windy today, so I'm hoping it's not choppy, but wow, this is just a complete bucket list moment. Absolutely just left me speechless. This is the most wonderful place on earth. Oh, it's cold. Oh, it's cold. Oh, woo-hoo. Oh, it's nippy out there. Oh, okay. Right, gonna head off now to Jökulsárlón to get on this boat trip. Woo. Oh, so I've arrived. Now I'm gonna go and find the boat. Bit sketchy, isn't it? Getting a boat around a load of icebergs. Hope this doesn't end up like Titanic. Hoping for a more genteel cruise than that. I cannot believe it. There's a seal down there. Absolutely amazing. This place just gets better. Oh, there's loads of them. This is just fantastic. So I'm finished on the boat now. Now that was actually a touristy experience that I would say is 100% worth it. I was worried that it might be a bit too touristy, but it was actually fantastic. The tour guide was brilliant, giving us all sorts of facts about glaciers and how they're formed and how old the ice is. It was really enjoyable. It felt quite authentically Icelandic as well, and they were really proud of their sort of ice and fire heritage. It's just wonderful. So yeah, 100% recommend doing that. Maybe start off at the smaller glacier first so you can have a glacier to yourself, but this one really was fantastic. I then wandered along Diamond Beach, marvelling at the ice formations. And just when I thought it couldn't get any more magical, the glacial lagoon had one final treat, a wildlife encounter like no other. Oh, good morning. It is day 4 here in Iceland, and as you can see, I've had quite a bit of snow overnight, which is, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, it's like a little winter wonderland here. This is beautiful. Look at those mountains in the background. This place is heavenly. Oh, I've not done a lot of snow driving though, so a little bit nervous about that, but I have got a trusty 4x4 here. Oh, I'm gonna have to dust this car down though, because it's absolutely covered in snow right now. But today, heading off to one of Iceland's most beautiful mountains, set along the beach here. It's absolutely stunning. Time to dust all the snow down and hit the road. Oh, it's turning into the most beautiful day yet. The sun's come out, it's absolutely stunning. There's these big snow-capped mountains in the background, beautiful harbour here behind me, birds in the sky. It just keeps getting better, this place. Oh, gonna hit the road. Next stop, big mountain on the beach. Woo! That was one of the most beautiful drives I've ever done. So I'm down here, and this is the Vestrahorn. You have to go into the Viking cafe over there and buy a ticket to get down to the actual beach, but this is one of the most beautiful and iconic mountains in the whole of Iceland. And as you can see, it's actually snowing right now. What a place. I honestly can't get over it. Like, just when you think you've seen what Iceland has to offer, it just keeps giving. This is just a wonderland of a place. I'm gonna head into this cafe now, buy my ticket, and head on down to the rest of the beach. Oh, got my ticket. It's like $1,000 each, but really windy. We head back to the car, head down to the viewpoint. Oh, well, this is the Vestrahorn, and I've picked quite the day for it. The wind has really picked up. There's a mini blizzard going on here. It's stunning. So they've got a small replica Viking village down there with a Viking longship and everything, so that's going to be really cool. And then apparently you can get seals down by the coast down there, but this part of the sea has in fact frozen right now. So I'm going to go out and brave this storm and try and get some nice shots of this mountain. Living out my Arctic explorer dream here. I've never been anywhere where the sea's actually frozen before. The wind is really kicking up. You can just about see the Vestrahorn through the fog and the snow. But wow, what a place. It's just rolled in out of nowhere. It was sunny only about an hour ago. So the weather really can turn fast here. This is just a winter wonderland. It feels very Christmassy and very exciting. Oh, nearly at this Viking village now. There's a couple of other lunatics out braving this storm. But I think this village was actually featured in The Witcher and some other TV shows. So really am living out my nerdy dreams here. Wow. Oh, I'm coming up on the Viking longship now, and I'm such a nerd for all things Vikings. I absolutely love Norse mythology. Everything about Vikings is just so cool. This replica longship in the shadow of this massive mountain is just such a vibe. I love this kind of stuff. Just imagining what it would have been like back then. What a hardy life. Look at this. Wow. No way, you can actually get on the Viking ship. This is so cool. This is sick. I'm living out my dreams as Ragnar Lothbrok. This is amazing. Oh, I can't believe this. I had no idea it'd be this cool. Oh. I'm actually having the time of my life here. This is so much fun. I thought it would just be cheesy, a little replica, but I'm actually loving it. Oh, this is so fun. What a cool place. Oh, this is cool. Really gives a vibe of what it would have been like back then. Oh, this is so cool. The attention to detail here is amazing. Like, they've got this carving of Thor here and this whalebone jaw just there, and it's really cool. Now, I've been obsessed with Vikings for years. I love everything about it. It's just from the TV series, I love reading about it, Norse mythology. It's just fantastically cool. Got the longhouse here where the Vikings would gather after a hard days of a Vikinga, having a feast. It's just so cool. It's really well done. It's not tacky at all. It's just really, really cool place. Oh, I absolutely love this. tell you what, I'm actually really impressed with that Viking village. I didn't really research it before coming here. It was just sort of something that was a little extra, but it's really well done. And this is actually the site of a Viking landing. So there was a settlement here long ago, and it feels really authentic. It's brilliant. And it helps that it's in the shadow of these mountains. It's really stunning spot for it. I actually think that makes it worth the entry fee. Really is cool. 100% recommend this place. Fantastic. So just wandering a bit further along down to the beach. Apparently you can occasionally see some seals down here, and I can never have enough seals, so really cool. And there's a NATO radar over there, which is a pretty cool thing to see as well. This is really an amazing spot. I mean, look behind me. Viking villages, best mountains I've ever seen, maybe some seals. Just really is worth coming here. We stayed in Herp. It's spelt Herfen, but it was a really sweet little fishing village. And it's a bit out the way. It's another hour and a half on from the glaciers yesterday, but I 100% think it's worth it just to come to this place. Really cool place. Oh, it's choppy. Wow. Oh, I wouldn't want to be out on a boat trip today. That's dramatic. Oh, everything's just dialed to 11 in this country. Nothing's done by half. It's just amazing mountains and epic, powerful waves. Oh, wow. I'm gonna head back to the car now, I think. Got to head back east. Well, this is as far west as I'm coming on this trip. It's time to start heading back east. Gonna pick up a couple more canyons and some beautiful glaciers. But yeah, not a bad spot to turn around. Wow. Gonna get in the car now, start heading east. After a week of heading east, I'm finally driving back west, and I've just spotted one of Iceland's icons. I've just pulled over for 5 seconds to come and say hello to Iceland's most adorable resident. Look at these beauties! Hi there! That arrived at the Mulaja Canyon, and that was a bit of a sketchy drive, I'm not going to lie. The roads have really iced up. There was a point where I did skid and lose control a little bit, but managed to sort of keep cool and just crack on. But wow, the fact that this is sort of minimum snow for this country and none of the roads are shut is just amazing. Just different way of life here. But yeah, I'm a bit behind schedule. Stopped for lunch, stopped to spend some time with some Icelandic horses on the side of the road, which was just beautiful. They're so soft, amazing, stunning animals. But yeah, I'm running behind, so probably not going to be able to do the whole canyon today. So just going to attempt to maybe get to the first viewpoint and head back down, because I really don't want to be driving these roads in the dark, to be honest. So just going to wrap up warm now and head off into the canyon. So, Mulaja Canyon is meant to be a bit of a hidden gem. It's a 3-hour hike, 2 to 3 hour hike supposedly, all the way to the top and back down. It's got a couple of viewpoints along the way which are meant to be really stunning. And this is another one that's been used in various films and TV series. The car park was actually full today, which I'm surprised about considering the sheer volume of snow. There's a good sort of half a foot of snow, and this has just fallen overnight, which is incredible really, because whenever it snows in the UK it's just brown sludge by the time you wake up. So it's amazing to see all of this snow and that's just landed and just stayed here in this depth. Yeah, gonna sort of plough a path up this mountain hopefully find some nice views. Oh, I've just seen some ptarmigan. Absolutely brilliant. It's this really white camouflaged bird, and they actually have them for Christmas in Iceland, but they're really amazing birds. It's one of the only food sources for the Arctic fox out here, and it's a really beautiful member of the pheasant family. Oh. It's quite sketchy. So over there is the glacier that we were at yesterday. Looks completely different, just 24 hours apart. Covered in snow down there. Oh, amazing place. Oh, I think, unfortunately, I'm going to call it. I've reached a pretty beautiful viewpoint as it is, but sometimes this is the reality of travel. You know, sometimes you can't always reach your goal, and sometimes it's not worth pushing it just to tick boxes. This place is absolutely beautiful, but I am knackered, and I don't really want to be driving these roads in the pitch black, to be honest. So I think I'm going to call it here and head back. This is already an absolutely beautiful spot, and I've got another canyon first thing in the morning. So I'm going to head back to the car and get back to the cozy cabin. Oh, so I've made it back to the car now, and I'm absolutely knackered now. Oh, I fell over 3 or 4 times in the snow. That was quite hard going. Cannot wait now to get indoors. I'm gonna get in the car, head back to my cozy cabin, put the heating on, have a lovely cup of tea. Oh, God, I cannot wait. Right, I'm gonna head off. Good morning. It is another beautiful day here in Iceland, and the snow has kicked up even more. It's really icy today. So the plan is to go to a canyon nearby and then start making the way back to Selfoss, stopping off at a few beautiful spots along the way. But let's see how many of the roads are still open even with this weather. It's really snowy and icy today, and the temperature has dropped quite considerably. But yeah, I'm gonna hit the road now and try and get to this first canyon. Oh. So I'm here at Fjarðarálfa Canyon now, and this is so much busier than the canyon I went to yesterday. There was actually a bit of a queue with the cars getting in here, so definitely not so much of a hidden gem, this spot, but it's actually where the dragon riding scene with Jon Snow and Daenerys was filmed for Game of Thrones, so I'm hoping it's a pretty stunning spot, and I hope it's worth it because there is a lot of people here, and the snow's really heavy today, like a mini blizzard up here, so gonna get wrapped up and head up to see what all the fuss is about. Oh, so here is the canyon, and that's so dramatic. You really can imagine dragons just flying through there. The whole place is sort of mythical feeling, like you've just stepped into a Norse saga. But yeah, this is where Jon Snow and Daenerys first rode dragons together in the series. Wow, absolutely beautiful. Oh, it's actually much better the higher up you get, because the hordes stay down there. The first viewpoint, they've got their photos, that'll do. It's a bit quieter up here, but it's quite sketchy in the snow. Having to use the ropes to pull myself up. Oh, wow, this is such an amazing landscape in the snow. Wow. So this is my recommendation. Skip the first few viewing platforms and make your way straight to the last one. So many fewer people have made it up here, especially in the snow when it's really slippy. But this view is just fantastic. So Fjarðarrufa is about 2 million years old and was carved out by a glacier all the way back then. It's named for the river Fjarðra, and it has created this dramatic landscape that's been used in so many TV series and films, and you can see why. Completely otherworldly. Oh, back to the car now. Oh, I absolutely stacked it coming down on that icy path. Oh, I'd say on the whole that if I had completed the canyon yesterday, that would have been a better one, 'cause far less people, but still absolutely stunning here. Really is a beautiful spot, just really busy. But yeah, it's now time to start heading back west, back towards Reykjavik. Well, that was a sketchy drive. Wow. Went over a mountain pass and there were a couple of cars that had skidded off the road. Oh, but you wouldn't believe it. You come over the other side of the mountain and it's a beautiful blue sky day. No snow in sight. It's just incredible. It's crazy here. The weather changes like that. But I just stopped for 5 minutes on the way to explore a cave that's supposedly full of gnomes. I'm going to go and see what these gnomes are all about. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. A dog has just run down from the top of this mountain to come and greet us. Oh, hello there. Hello. And just like that, the dog's off again. I think it might be the parking attendant for the place. Oh, I'm going to head inside now. Oh, what a weird place. Where are the gnomes? This is really weird. Well, I feel I've been lied to. The pictures online showed gnomes. Hold on, where are the gnomes? Well, there's absolutely no gnomes in here. I don't know where that's come from, and I definitely saw pictures of it. But according to local legend, a troll once lived in here. And this would be a lovely little troll hole. They've got a window right here, quite a big room. Yeah, if I were a troll, I'd be quite happy with this place. I'm going to keep looking around, seeing if I can find any gnomes, but so far I am gnomeless. Well, I don't know what to say. There were no gnomes in there and no trolls, but it is a really cool little house built into the side of a mountain, and it's really quite cool. Yeah, I wouldn't pay the parking to stop here, but I parked just in the cafe back there, so it was free. But yeah, nice to see the dog. Cool little house, quite unique. Gonna get back on the road, heading back west. The dog's come to say hello, wish us well. Oh, it's worth stopping here just for that. Yeah, back to the car now. Good morning. It has snowed a lot overnight. Wow. Oh my goodness. My car has been completely buried. Now, Iceland is the land of ice and fire, and I feel I've well and truly done ice now. So today I'm hoping to try and witness some of the fire. I'm planning on going to a volcano today, but with the weather like this, let's see what we can do. I'm hoping that if the lava is still hot, it might melt some of this stuff around it and make it visible, but there's only one way to find out. I'm going to hit the road. Next stop, volcano. But then Iceland reminded me who was in charge. One minute I was cruising along happily, thinking I had it all figured out. The next I drove straight into a full-blown blizzard. The road vanished. The wind threw the car around like a rag doll. Visibility dropped to nothing and everything turned white. I held on, slowed down and realised I was at the mercy of the elements. Well, I've had to bail on going to the volcano. That was seriously sketchy. I got caught up in a blizzard for about the last hour, just trundling along at 10, 15 miles an hour, not able to see more than 10 feet in front of me. That was seriously sketchy stuff. Oh, and got to the volcano and I couldn't even see where the road was heading down there. So I was hoping that the geothermal activity might melt it so I could see, but obviously this is not the trip. I'll be seeing a volcano in Iceland. So, pulled into the Blue Lagoon, which is, that's an iconic Iceland place in itself. Going to get an overpriced coffee and a cake and calm my nerves, I think. Well, I've just stopped for a nice coffee and an overpriced cake at the Blue Lagoon, and it was beautiful to see, even though I won't be paying to go in it. But I think this is going to be the end for my outdoors adventures here in Iceland. With this kind of weather, all you can do is head back to Reykjavik and find a nice cafe to get yourself a cinnamon bun. Might pop into the museums, but it's been one hell of a week. I've never been anywhere like it, and it is probably the most spectacular place that I've ever been. But I'm going to head off now. Until next time, see you later.